Luca, I'm kind of struck by this. This conversation is going in a direction I didn't know for sure it would, and like fair context. Like I didn't have all the context for Pudgy Penguins. Haven't been tracking it closely. I was sort of vaguely aware of all the work that you were doing in the background, and then obviously I saw the Walmart news, and I was just like, how? Wait, what? And I guess like I'm struck by how wholesome this story is, and the reason I'm struck by that is because I think that crypto has been in sort of its nihilist phase with respect to NFTs for a while. And certainly like the wider non-crypto community is like even more so. I mean, just like all of the videos, you go on Reddit, you ask about NFTs, everyone's like, that's a scam. Yeah, look, pump and dump, like, fraud. And it's true, there have been a lot of lazy attempts at NFTs that have been like little more than rug pulls. But like here is a founder who is like going into this project and like partnering with the community and rolling up his sleeves and actually like getting shit done. And there's something about that that just like feels wholesome because you're kind of building real world utility. Like that has been the promise of NFTs from the beginning. So I just wanted to reflect on that. It's just like, it's kind of cool to hear this story, and I didn't expect it at the beginning of this conversation. There's one quote that I saw from a video I'm wondering if you could reflect on. And you said this: when you are building in Web3, it is not your company. You are the muscle to the brain that is the community. It is not your company. You are the muscle to the brain that is the community. You've built in kind of like the analog world, toy companies and kind of Web 1, Web 2 type of world. What's different about Web 3 as you kind of zoom out?
There's a real investment that it's kind of taboo, and I guess people don't speak about it, but like the elephant in the room is people are spending tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, billions of dollars on these things, and you have to have some empathy and respect for that. Like that's like a real thing. I remember being a collector and being like, I wish you would just listen to me because I've spent $100,000 on your shit. So listen, just listen, dude. And process the feedback. And I think part of the strength is I was also in the shoes of the disgruntled community member, really frustrated. I mean, like at one point I had millions upon millions of dollars worth of NFTs, I wanted, and I felt like I had really good valuable input. And I think pretending that this is any other thing, it will lead you to fail. I think it's just a recipe to failure. It's a straight shot to failure because pretending that this is your moat and you are here because of you and not because of the support of all of these people putting insane amounts of money behind you and behind the brand and behind the community is to be completely negligent of the truth. This is just the truth and the nature of the business. You have no other business where your core consumer, your core believer, your champion is so financially invested. Nothing else exists like that, right? I mean, it's like, you have a responsibility. And so this is very much a publicly traded startup. Like, just think about what that means. Like, this is a startup, has all the cons of a startup and all the cons of being publicly traded. And you have to leverage those cons and turn those cons into pros. And those cons can be very much pros. I used to look at them as just cons, but I was like, it's kind of a pro because, it kind of keeps me in check and keeps me, leveraging the superpower that is the group. And I just believe that 5,000 people are exponentially smarter than 10 people in this room behind me. I think they're just going to beat us every time. I also had to be the filter. Trust me, there's tons of ideas that come to my thing. I'm like, okay, thanks for the idea, man. But this, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this thing's not going anywhere. But that's the beauty. It's about the diamond, the needle in the haystack and catching that. And there's definitely been a couple needles that this community has given me that have absolutely changed the trajectory of what this company looks like.
If you enjoyed all of that, then you'll absolutely love the Bankless newsletter. Join over 300,000 fellow readers, all for free. Click below to sign up.